Okay, I'm going to show you how to set up Tradingview with an indicator to trade TQQQ and SQQQ with Chris Moody's Ultimate Moving Average Indicator. That's the original link there. And this document we're looking at, I'm going to have a link for that in the description for this video. I made a new version of this and I added alerts, and I'll show you how it works. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to download Tradingview. So go to More, go to Downloads. There you go. I like the download for the Mac OS. You're going to download that. You're going to set up an account because you have to log in. It's free though. And then when you get logged in, it'll look something like this. So I'm going to create a new tab here, new layout. I'll just get rid of that for a minute. So it's going to look something like this. We don't need the volume, so I'm going to mouse over this and click the trash can. That's gone. And I've already got this set up for you want TQQQ here, but you can put something else just so you can see the difference. There's Apple, but we're going to go back to TQQQ. This is what the ticker we look at for analysis, and these are the size of the ticks. We want 4 hours, and that's already selected. So each of these lines, these bars, is 4 hours. I'm going to save this layout that we've created. I'm going to call it TQQQ Alt-MA for the Ultimate Moving Average. There you go. So now we can load this up anytime we want. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to add that indicator. So click on Indicators. Oh no, don't do that. Cancel that. Go down here to Pine Editor because we're going to create a new indicator. So this is something I was working on. Just skip that, forget about that. Click on this little down arrow here and go to Create New and click on Indicator. And there you go. What you're going to do now is you're going to download that indicator. Look for the link in the description, and it's going to be on a link that looks like that. Now I've already downloaded it. So I'll just open it for you. And what you're going to do is you're going to do that again slower. So you're going to select everything, edit, select all, and you're going to copy that, edit, copy, and then we're going to close that because we're done with that. And then we're going to go back to Tradingview, and we're going to paste that in the bottom. We're going to select everything, delete that, so there's nothing here. We're going to paste that in, and that's everything you need. So you can save that. Click Save Script. The default name appears there, and that's fine. Just click Save. At the bottom, you'll see we saved it. Okay. Now we're going to click Add to Chart. That's right here. And there you go. And that's our new Ultimate Moving Average that's been added. We can click on this Minimize gadget here to collapse the panel. And now we've got our chart. We're almost ready to go. The color in the moving average tells us which direction price is moving. So price is moving up here, so you want to be doing longs here, and price is moving down here, so you want to do shorts here. But you want to know when that changes, because these are 4-hour candles. It takes a long time before you actually know that it's changing. So we're going to add an alert to this, so it'll get a signal when that color changes from green to red. So hover your mouse over this and go to the ... and click on the Add Alerts. And most of this you can leave the same, but we're going to change the name down here. We don't need all this junk in the name. And call it Alt-MA. I'm going to call it Alt-MA Alert. Get rid of all this stuff after that. And if you go to your alerts here, you can ignore these and just this one. Let's see the one at the bottom we just created, Alt-MA Alert. If you go to this gadget, this Edit Gadget, and click that, you'll see that's what we created. At the top here is notifications. Click on Notify in App if you want this to notify you on your iPhone. You have to have the Tradingview app on your iPhone. You have to be logged in with it on your iPhone. But then when you get an alert in Tradingview, it'll appear on your iPhone, which is very convenient because you're probably not going to be sitting at your computer when the alert comes in. So those are your alerts. You can also click on the log here And when an alert appears, the alert will appear and it'll be saved in this log, so you don't have to do anything with it right away. When you get the alert, you can come back. So when you sit at your computer, you can see the alerts in this list here. So remember, it's this alarm clock looking thing. Just click that to open and close it. So we'll get rid of that for now. So the alerts are all set up. So what we would do is when we see the color changed like this, we want to short it, which means we think price is going down. So this is our short position tool here, and you can find this over on the left sidebar. Click on this little arrow here and you see the long and short. If you select this star, that makes it a favorite, and then it appears in a little box like this that you can move around wherever you like. So I'm going to click on short and I'm going to drop it right here when we saw price going down. So what we want to do, if you look at my instructions, this one here, we want to do a 5% stop loss and a 10% take profit. So if the entry was right here when the color changed, you can drag this up and down. You see the percent right here, it says 5.82%. We're going to drag this till it says 5. It doesn't have to be perfect. 501, totally fine. And then this one, we drag this down until we see right here it says 9.2. We're going to drag that down until it says 10. Yeah, right, like that. Perfect. It doesn't have to be exact. And you can see if we took this trade at that time when the color changed, we would have very quickly, let's see, this was February 21st, February 25th. So it took a few days for us to hit the take profit and win that trade. So what you need to do though, when you open up this short position, is you need to know what the levels are so you can create the orders in your broker. So I'm going to double click on this short position, and the short position pops up here, and you can see this is the price we want to enter at, 87.05. So you can go to your brokerage app and enter that, and then for the take profit level, that's down here for the case of the short, we want to sell when the price is 78.34. And for the stop loss level, that means if prices go in the wrong direction, you want to get out of the trade. That's this level up here. So that was 91.41. So that number moves as we move this level up and down. So I'll shrink this down. I'll double tap that. You see now it doesn't say 91.4. It says 90.18. I'm going to move that back. So now we're at 5% again, and it says 91.41 again. And those are the numbers you need. You need to have your entry, that's where the current price, and then you want to have a sell limit order at your take profit and at your stop loss, because if price goes the right way, you want to get out when it hits your target, or if price goes the wrong way, you want to get out because price is going the wrong way. And that's what you need to know. And same thing for the longs. So here's a long position, and we put it on, see price was changed here. Let's say it's about there. So we're gonna drag this up to 10, 9, 10. Oh, 9.97. So if we would have actually missed this, if we set it to 10, well, let's say 10.1 or something, didn't actually hit it, and then we'll drag this down to our 5%. There we go, so we got 5% there. So what would happen in this case? Well, if you were keeping an eye out, you could exit because it's close enough, or if you see it drop down and you want to capture it, it came back up and almost hit it again, but then there was a big drop here all the way overnight down here. Didn't hit our stop loss though. So if you don't panic, you just hang on and you just let price play out. Price comes back up, and it actually goes right back up. It fills this big gap from the drop, and the price comes all the way back up. However, notice price, the moving average color changed right there. So part of the strategy, read this document, is you want to close the position if it hits the take profit, or if it hits the stop loss, or if the moving average, the ULT-MA, changes color. So the ULT-MA was green, and then right here it changed to red. So if you follow the strategy I outlined here, you want to close the position and at the close of the candle here. So the price would be 83.23. You can see that over here on the right hand side. So you can close that, and it's because never hit take profit, never hit the stop loss. So we made a little bit. Let's move this down so you can see how much we made. So right there, so we made about 3%, 2.96%, closing it because the color changed there. So we could look ahead now because we're actually looking back, and it would have hit our take profit in a few more days, because the moving average went back to green and carried on up, but we didn't know that. The price could have continued down. Maybe that moving average, red moving average, would keep going down. But essentially, that's it. So what you need to do is take a look at this about going long. That's when you buy TQQ, and then how you close it, whether it hits that take profit or stop loss, or whether you close it yourself because the moving average changed color. And also going the other way, if you're going short, that means you think price is going down, then you buy SQQQ. That's the inverse of TQQQ. And then the rules are the same. You want a 10% take profit down here, and you want a 5% stop loss up here. So you're going to create those three orders: the current price, the 10% take profit, and the 5% stop loss there. And then you get your position. And then closing is just like the long, but now we're short, meaning if price comes down and it hits the take profit like it did here, then it closes, or if it goes up and hits the stop loss, then it closes as well. But this is the case where the moving average, this line in the middle, changed color from red to green. So then you want to get out of your position, because there's a good chance that if it goes green, changes color, that means price is moving the other direction now. So you want to close that. And often when you close your short here, you want to open long because the color changed. So you probably want to get in the new direction like that. So it's very common when you manually close it because the moving average color changed, that you want to manually open a new one, go in the other direction. And then if you scroll to page 2, I've got some tips. So those back results are good, back testing results are good, but could they be better? Sure they can. Here's some tips. Sometimes it hits your 10% take profit, but it's a very strong price action, is very strong. The buy volume is very strong, and often it's going to keep going. So you could remove the take profit, or you could just open a new position at that same level when it closed, because sometimes it keeps going. And in this case, it went up it went up very high. The danger is that price could drop down quickly and you could lose your profits. But remember to be happy when it hits your take profit. You don't have to get the top. It's impossible to get the top. So just be happy with your gains. What you might want to do is take a look at this moving average as price is going up and price starts getting close back to the moving average. That means the buy volume might be slowing down, and up here might be a good time to get out if you want to let the price run and see how far it goes. Another tip, number 2, don't trade against the trend. So you can see price is moving down here, and it hit your take profit, which is good. And then price started pulling back, and notice the moving average changed from red to green here. So technically, if you follow the strategy I created, you should go long here. But as you can see in this example, right away price came back down. The moving average turned back to red, and this was a fail. This was a loss. So could that have been avoided? Yeah, because the trend is down. You can see price is going down, the moving average is down. It came back up a little bit here, but probably this is just a pullback. Often price comes down and then it pulls back a little bit before it continues down, and vice versa for longs. So you might consider not taking this. Maybe just wait another bar or two, wait another day, and then see, is price continue going up or is start going down? Because you don't have to get in on it right away as soon as the signal comes. You don't have to jump on it right away. You can keep on it for a day and just see what price is doing. So sometimes you can avoid those. And the last tip here is that don't get emotional. Don't FOMO. If price is running fast, don't feel like you have to get in because it's leaving without you. There's always another trade. Maybe it'll take a day or a week or something, but there's always another trade. Don't feel like you're missing it, because if you panic, you might get in at not the best time. And if you don't follow the strategy and you just start winging it, then it's not the same strategy. Then the backtest results that you took a look at don't apply. And essentially that's it. Take a look in the description for links for this document and the indicator. And I think that's all you need to know. Good luck.